Hi Pisces, welcome to your July 2017 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. Okay, I'm shuffling the cards. Picking another card because of the nature of that card. Okay, that's better. Right off the bat, I think that for some of you this is a real ending of something, with the Death card there as the centerpiece. So when I do these readings, I always tell people don't get hung up on timelines, on individual cards. Just take in the mood and see if it matches what's going on in your life. Don't get like, because sometimes people say, well, could it be this person, could be that person? Yeah, I mean, to me, this is very symbolic of people's lives. And of course, this is a general reading. I'm not doing it for somebody personally. But even when I do personal readings, I find that in most of my personal readings, I use the astrological chart just simply because to me, it's more concrete. And this is much more open to interpretation. And so just flow with it and see what happens. So the first thing that I'm getting from this and from the past position of the Justice card is that something has ended, but you may still have lingering feelings that it wasn't really resolved, like you didn't really get that sense of closure that you were looking for. But the event still transpired. So let's say you were getting divorced, which a lot of times when I see the Justice card in the past tense, it could be a legal decision that was rendered. And this also relates to the sign of Libra. So if that person happened to be a Libra, then that would even be more on point. But let's say it was just a relationship in general, maybe not a marriage or anything, but the relationship ended regardless of how you wanted it to go. But I don't know why I get this feeling that some of you were the instigator of the situation, and after the fact, after you get that piece of paper that says that things are finalized, you still may feel a little bit, I don't know, not twisting in the wind like there's unfinished business, but maybe as if the justice, the fairness part of it was still lacking. Just because somebody gets closure doesn't mean that they feel this sense of vindication or anything like that. You know, closure just means, that's what the Death card is. It's like closure. Death is closure because there's nothing you can do about it. It's a very finite thing. The other thing about the Death card is it relates to Scorpio. So it could be that you were with a Libra person, now you're with a Scorpio. And when I see that, it might not be, I don't know. I think a Scorpio person is more compatible with you overall. And I do get right under it the Lover's card, so I don't want to get too much into every possibility here. But I was just thinking about work situations, because one of the things that the Justice card could be is going to the human resources and trying to deal with something where you were treated unfairly. And maybe you got a decision that was in your favor, because the Justice card is upright, but still there's an ending, because possibly you couldn't stand the tension in that workplace. That's one of those terrible paradoxes, is like you can't stand it before, and then when you go and try to remedy it, then the people are even more against you. So you may have been forced out because of other people's bad behavior towards you. But what's great is that we have this, which is like things just kind of happening all at once. 8 of Wands. You may have even had a bit of suspension in the past if you were awaiting a legal decision. And so it might have felt like being in limbo, but now things are really jumping. There's a lot of messages going back and forth. If you did break up with someone, there may be somebody new that you're talking to. It could be a fire element, or the communications that you're having are very passionate. This fire element would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And it's very bold and definitely passionate. And you feel a lot of excitement at the prospect of being with this person. If you were leaving a job, you may have many offers. And it's making you happy because you realize that you had put yourself in this self-imposed prison. And now it's like you're free, and you just like sitting around looking at all the options that you have. The higher message is the Lover's card. So there could be a choice for some people. It could be that, well, let me put it this way, with the Death card, and let's talk about workplace situations. It may not be that your job is over with, but it could be that you are, you feel like it's gone now. Any good rapport, everything is toast. So you're ready to move on, and the Lover's card means that you have this opportunity where you need to choose between something that's familiar and something new. In romantic relationships, there may be 2 people involved. And this does connect with the sign of Gemini, by the way. So just to let you know, so maybe there's a Scorpio and a fire sign, and that's the choice. The Lover's card is also about intimacy, sexual, emotional, bearing your soul to another person. Yeah, this is perfect. This is really perfect. This is the conundrum, or the challenge position. The 7 of Cups can indicate confusion or too many choices. You have so many choices that you know, it's like a kid in the candy store. But I think for you, Pisces, the bigger picture in all of this is that you must really be discerning with any new relationship or job offer. Don't buy the hype of whatever somebody's trying to sell you. Really make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. This can also relate to a water sign who is problematic. So I was thinking that that Scorpio person might be problematic in your life. You know what it could be? Oh yeah, I didn't think of this possibility. Maybe you're getting divorced from a Scorpio person, or you're getting the ball rolling, and they are being the shadow side of Scorpio, and they're being the obsessed lover who you can't get out of your life. And it's really not funny, you know, when people deal with things like that. But I just wanted to put that out there because that could possibly be. The advice, or what might be happening in the near future, is represented by the 3 of Cups. For work situations, you do very well by networking through former coworkers. If you're like in between jobs, also friends and asking them what's going on. But I feel that some of you are talking to employers, so it might be something where you want to enlist other people in your, whatever your job is, whatever the offer is. Maybe it's something that can include more than just you. But in private relationships, this could be about making sure that you continue seeing your friends and that you have that network, that support system for you, because if you're still going through some things related to the death card, you may need that extra support. The outcome, this is one of the reasons why I picked this card, and then I did pick this along with it. So I'm going to bring these both up, okay? The outcome is the Nine of Swords, which is a card of insomnia, anxiety. Okay, so obviously I'm not saying that this is going to be your fate, is to be full of anxiety. I think this is like a warning that if you are in a situation as described, and as I said, this may not be what's going on for you, so please disregard this card if the other things I mentioned are not for you. But if there's some situation, and I would say this is particularly in a personal relationship, where somebody is behaving in a way that is very obsessive and they won't let you go and it's making you feel anxious, one of the things to remember is this, well, there's a couple of things that this represents. First of all, karmic situations. This is the soulmate card. And I would say, by extension, the twin flame card. So, I'm not an expert on twin flames, but I've heard that sometimes they are the most challenging relationships that we have. And so this, if you're in a relationship like that, I would say that to understand, don't allow yourself to go into victim mode, even if it's very easy to feel like the victim, because what will happen is that it could paralyze you emotionally and make it hard for you to take the appropriate action. If you can, the more you can think of whatever is happening as some kind of remnant from the past, and with that death card, there may be still parts of you that need to be healed. Chiron and Neptune are both in Pisces. And Neptune, rules Pisces, so it's in its own sign. But Chiron, I think in 2017 is going into Aquarius. I'm not 100% on that. And Chiron is the wounded healer, the asteroid that deals with our pain. So for Pisces people, it's possible that you have felt this sense of extra burdens in a way, because Chiron is bringing up all this stuff like a mirror for you to look at. And the best thing you can do is to just have that spiritual foundation, and also to remember what it is that you're looking for. You're looking for a soulmate relationship. And if someone is acting in a way that makes you anxious, then they're not the one. So if you feel this sense of, maybe being afraid you're going to cave and go back to somebody who was maybe abusive to you, the answer is love isn't supposed to hurt. And so the Nine of Swords could be like a warning of what can happen, what can be your outcome if you went back with that person. But the same thing with the workplace. If the workplace is full of a lot of backstabbing and people that are jealous of your success, envious of your success, you are right to get away from that environment. You may have felt like you were pushed out, And even if you're the one that quit, you may still feel, or maybe you haven't quit yet, but this is telling you, if you don't quit, you're going to just have this chronic anxiety. And of course, sometimes there are factors which make it impossible to quit, right away. You have to, for some people, they have other people depending on them, and they have to make other arrangements. So, of course, I'm not saying that you should just, turn in your pink slip or get a pink, or whatever you call it. Just quit. No, I don't believe that either. But for those who have that option, definitely, because you might feel like, you could end up being worse off, and chronic stress isn't good for anybody. The Six of Cups also brings us back to childhood. It represents childhood and deals with a time when everything was so uncomplicated. And we tend to think, don't we, that that's kids stuff, because it's adulthood is supposed to be complicated. No, I don't think so. I think that your life can be very simple and very sweet, but you have to go towards harmony, obviously, at all times. Okay, I just realized I want to pick a card for you from the Law of Attraction deck here. Okay, I got Attitude. I attract success and positive people into my life with my positive attitude. Interesting. Very interesting. Yes, I believe that is true, and I'm sure you do as well, Pisces. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please visit me at rainandmoonastrology.com. The link is below. And have a great month of July. Take care of yourselves. Bye.